Merry Christmas. Let me adjust my tie for you. How is everybody? Oh, there's no place like home for the holidays, no matter how far away you roam. Let some people jump in. There's Malaya's mom. How are you? There's Jesus is King. Let's say hello to everybody real quick. Hello, Miss Karen. Miss Karen, your package is on its way. So keep an eye open for it. I'll do what I'll try to do is I'll try to put the tracking numbers. I'll try to send you the tracking numbers. Hello, Bob. Oh, Jesus is in here already. Okay. Awesome. Hang on. Hang on. You guys are hitting me. Karen Sutton and Bob. Hold on. Let me make sure I saw everybody. Karen, Bob. Hello, Barbara. There you go. Oh, look who's there. There's Love Bug. Hello, Love Bug. Hello, Miss Linda. 1985. I am from the future. Actually, I'm from Virginia, but that's okay. I'm in the state of Virginia. Names go into the hat. I'm writing your name down. If you do the jewels, or if you do the super chats, if you do something like that. Cheryl said, haven't been on for a while. Thought I'd stop in. Yes. Hello, Furry. How are you? Bob, it has been good. I'm going to go over it with you real quick. I'm going to let some more people cycle into the room. There is 25 people, 27 people in the room and only 6 thumbs up. We got to get to 100. Let's throw those thumbs up. Hello, Mary. How are you? Mary, your package is on its way. Hello, Jaden. How are you? Jaden, I did get your emails. So, email wasn't working. No, I did get your email. You got it. What I'll probably do is I've got to get the receipt out of the car, and I need to make sure I can, I'll probably do the tracking number for you and send it over to you. Hello, B. Disney. How are you? I did get the recent emails. Yes, I did. Guys, you have to, you've got to bear with me tonight. Coming into the house tonight. Hello, Rusty. It's weird. The picture is back this way. It's supposed to be today. You can tap the screen there. Like I said, YouTube is doing some weird stuff right now. They are, Violet, they are offering different things right now. Sarah, I saw you. Hang on, let me go back. There's Violet, there's Sarah. You got it. Lovebug's new to the jewel deal. Those are the little things. At the bottom of your screen, you will see a gift box. If you click on the gift box, you can give the Malaya's mom. I think you and I hit the button at the same time. So I think you and I are that in sync with each other that we hit the button at the same time. So if it pops back up there, please, you go ahead and take it and knock it out. YouTube has also deleted comments. Yes. They sent an email out, and I guess they're trying to cut down on these trolls. And I guess they're looking at some algorithms to make sure that you're somebody that's been in the room, haven't been in the room, but they're, and also uh, the hate speech and the language and things like that. Bob, there's a little button at the bottom of your screen. It looks like a little gift box. If you click on the gift box, it gives you a ton of little things that you can send over Love Bug. It could be anything from high fives to anything. If you send one of those over, here's what I have for us tonight. We're all right. We're 5 minutes into the chat. I've got the gnome. You get to pick tonight. I've got the gnome. Everybody see the little gnome? He's got his gray little beard. He's got his red little hat. He's cute. He's about a foot tall. We've got the gnome. Sarah says golden poop. Sarah's a big fan of the golden poop. And then we have 3 Christmas ornaments. I'll show you the Christmas ornaments. You can either do the gnome or the 3 Christmas ornaments. Whichever one you choose tonight, the other one will be given away in email. So if you send me an email at Santa at YouTubesanta.com, Santa at YouTubesanta.com. Malaya's mom, if you could put that up, we'll pin it at the bottom of the screen. Then we'll draw a winner out of that group, and that group will get the other prize. So you get to choose your prize tonight. Either you're getting the Christmas ornaments or you're getting the gnome. If you pick the gnome, then we will give the Christmas ornaments away in the email. But the only way to get registered for that is you've got to do the super chats. And like I said, you can do $1 and we'll drop your name into the bucket. Plain and simple. There's Doug. See, Doug just did a jewel. He just threw up 100. So Doug's name, Billy J. Y'all guys in this golden poop. Once we draw a winner, and guys, you can win as many times as, you get your name in there. But you only need to, get into the mix once or anything like that. So, yeah, once you're in, you're in. That is awesome. Katie Brooks, how was your day? Mine was good. I like your bit. Arthur, thank you very much. There's Miss Betty. Oh, there's Terry. Let's see. Terry Roberts. Oh, let's see here. Hang on. Mikey's got something. My MRI shows 5 millimeter crevices, small artery aneurysm. Just have to watch it. Okay. Please be careful. Please be careful. Jaden, here's what we will do at the end, at literally 57 minutes into the chat. We always draw the name out. When I draw the name out, if you're still in the chat room, if you're not, you have to watch back. Just send me an email with your address. I know whose name I'll draw. Then I'll be able to send that to you. Just like today, 4 packages went out today. The 2 elves, the 2 gnomes. They went out today. I even put a Christmas card in there for you guys. So how you like that? Bob said, I can't stay. Bob, if like I said, if we draw you out, come back in, take your finger, go all the way to 57 minutes. That's when we'll draw the winner tonight. So if you can't stay, that's the best way to find it. Hello, Blanton. Janice says, please pray for my husband, Bobby. He has cancer and taking chemo. You got it. Prayers for Bobby and Janice tonight. You got it. Y'all give some love to Bobby and Janice tonight. Throw some hearts up. Oh, Becca, look at you. What is that thing? It's a big thank you. Becca Lynn, yes. Name went into the hat. That is awesome. Thank you so much. That was a big thank you. Oh, I got you. Hold on, Malaya's mom. I got you. Pin message. There we go. So, to answer your question, Love Bug, that's what those little things are. Now, you can still do the super chats. If you do the super chats, your name go in, but we also do the hats, and you get to choose which glasses you would like to see. Blanton, I have not replied back yet. I need to reply. I will reply back. Happy birthday, King Vaughn. Lovebug said, "What are the jewels? They are just if I, I would say they are basically just smaller gifts that you can give in chat rooms. Um, like if you're seeing them, I don't know. Can you guys see when the golden poop comes up on the screen? I know I can see it. Um, I think they're just a little cheaper. They're a little smaller. Um, when you do, I think it's just a variation. Right there, Blanton just put the little, if you can see the high fives right there, Karen just put the golden poop up. They are just little, they're just little gifts that you can throw up, but we're trying to make it fun. We're trying to, give some things away and do some, different things. And so, yeah, you don't want to do the super expensive ones. We're trying to make it to where you can go in and spend $1 and get registered and get in. And now, look, if you want to do the super expensive one, somebody the other night hit one that it was a pretty good amount, and I understand it. I got you, Linda. I got you. But here's the thing. Yep, there'd be Disney. I'm on a laptop and no jewels. I understand. Here's the thing. If you are overseas, I think right now they're only in America. TNT, thank you. TNT's in there. Thank you. I appreciate that. It's just another, yes, Malaya's mom. It's just another way to give a monetary gift, but they're smaller size gifts. So, hello, Miss Barbara. How are you? Hello, Rozzy. Who won the elf drawing last night? You had to ask me that question, didn't you? Hang on. I got Mary. Hang on. I need to look. Hold on. I'm going to let you look at the gnome. Hang on. Oh, there he is. He's looking at. Hold on. I'm with you. Patty Steeler. Steeler? David and Tammy. James said, would appreciate prayers tonight for financial and transportation needs. You got it, James. No, coming into the house tonight. Vivian, prayers for Barbara's son, Randy. You got it. You got it. Not going to lie, I want to win one of these for too long. First, I'll have to enter. Okay. 1989, Young Einstein. I do not remember Young Frankenstein. And I want to share that with you guys too tonight. Mikey Donuts with the big thumbs up tonight. But no, here's what I want to share with you. On my way into the house tonight, there is a skunk in the area tonight. And evidently it has made its way around the house somewhere. Oh, I'm talking, it is horrible. The smell that I am absorbing right now through. I don't know if he got near a door. Yes, Jesus is King. You know it. I don't know if I am absorbing, if he's been beside a door or what. It is horrible. UK, right now, it has been very quiet where the Whitakers are concerned. Um, we did see where Ernie, oh man, that is, oof, I could only imagine. Ernie was trying to uh, set something up to maybe where the Whitakers could have Christmas and Thanksgiving together and things like that. Guys, here's the thing. Um, yeah, no, it's really bad. Here's the thing. Adult Protection Services and judges will make that decision. That is something that I would love for us as a group to sit there and say, "Hey, we'd love for the Whitakers to be together for Thanksgiving." That's awesome. I think everybody would. But it's just a matter of that's not a decision that can easily be made by people that are not within that system. Somebody within that system will have to make that call, not us. Yes, the reindeers will have to be, yes. UK, I'd love for them to see an amazing Christmas. I really would. I would love for it. Elmwood said our pit bull had 2 encounters with a skunk within 1 week. Hydrogen peroxide take the smell out. Yes. Uh-oh, Malaya's mom ready to kick him out tonight. Cookie said I was on the dirt. Is that how you broke your leg? Is that how everybody's asking you that? It would not surprise me. I know that Patrick was supposed to do a video tonight. He was asking for people to send in cooking ideas. So if they had things they'd like to see him make. Hello, Miss Carrie, how are you? If they'd like to see, things to make, they can do that. James, you got it. Keep the reindeers away from them. Wyatt said, what about Frosty and Jack Frost? Are they going to be there for Thanksgiving and Christmas? Maybe Christmas. Usually I don't see those two until around Christmas. What was dinner tonight? Becca, I have not had dinner yet tonight. So I will probably do that after chat tonight. Easy Lane said, I am not interested in Patrick whatsoever. You got it. I understand. Rusty said, heavy rain here in East Cincinnati by morning, 3 inches. Wow. Fish and French fries. I like it. UK, I think a radio would be extremely good for him. You got it. Put on a mini dirt bike that really went fast, and I was going full speed. I went down the hill and I hit the tree. Cartwheel and broke my leg. Got a wound on my leg, left leg, and had to wow. Unbelievable. Do you like ham and cheese sandwiches? Yes, I do, and especially when they're melted down. I ate a turkey leg caveman would be proud of. A caveman would be proud of. Awesome. No, I had homemade vegetable soup. Had Wendy's for supper. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing is wrong with that. Rosie said, Santa, you're going to eat like a New Yorker tonight. Late. Yes. It just does something to people. I remember growing up as a kid and I had the little transistor radio, and it was a window to the world for me. And we didn't come from money, so it was a thing of, we didn't have the option of traveling and things like that. So the radio opened a window to the world to me. And you had men and women that would tell you stories on this little device. And this was before we had phones and things like that. My CB is going crazy tonight. Okay. Uh-oh, broccoli, hang on. Oh, this is a good one tonight. I've got a question. There it is. Any character in any movie or TV that you want to be? Who is the one character on television or in a movie that you would want to be? Hello, Miss Ruth. How are you? Cookie, you go and rest. You get that leg up, and we will see you tomorrow. Trust me. Scotty, you know, the Bionic Man. That is it's a good question tonight. Ken, far from the Whitakers, and I don't know where they are, but could you get Jimmy a radio? Here's the thing, UK. Right now, there's no way to get them anything. There is no way to get them gifts or anything like that. The state of West Virginia has shut that down. It is right now, it is all about this investigation. And like I said, I appreciate the sentiment and I understand everybody wants to help. But again, the state of Virginia, West Virginia has shut that down to where they've asked nobody to send anything right now. No money, no donations, things like that. Twin Chaos, up Santa. I want to be Santa in the house. Ha ha. It does. It's really horrible because you think about the Christmas that this family could have if things were being given. The history that the doctor gave me is bike versus tree. Wow, I get it. Sophia on Golden Girls, Mary, that would be awesome. TNT, I have not read that. I will have to read that. Pluto or Minnie Mouse. Here's the thing. Shout out to the Philippines. You got it. John Grisham. John Grisham lives in Charlottesville, Virginia, or right outside of Charlottesville. And we were at a University of Virginia basketball game one night. And we were walking and talking, you know, to different people. Everybody's, you know, loving on everybody and things like that. And stood there talking to a gentleman. Come to find out it was John Grisham. And John Grisham gives a lot of money. And I'm not talking dollars. I'm talking millions of dollars to the University of Virginia. He is very fond of that university. He loves that university, and he throws a lot of money into that university. Easy Lane says, that's a really hard question, actually. So many characters have dark times. Yes. Very good book about they listen to Cardinals games on the radio. TNT. There was a gentleman, Jack Buck, and his son still calls football games and baseball games Joe Buck. But Jack Buck was a gentleman who worked for KMOX Radio, and that was in St. Louis. And as a kid, I became very familiar with Jack Buck. Jack Buck was a legend. He was one of these men that he was a voice in the night. He was one that you could cut that transistor on, and there was Jack Buck calling that ball game. And it was those voices that you heard that you just sit there and you're like, wow, that was amazing. To get everything, like that. Thank you, Doug. To get everything like that. And it was truly amazing that that you literally you would hear these people and you were listening to these people. And I think that's where my love for radio would come into play, is that I wanted, as a kid, I wanted to entertain you. I wanted to be here on the other side. I wanted people to listen to the things I had to say. I wanted things to be like that. Last night, I'm sitting down after chat and I'm going through Netflix. On Netflix, there is a documentary. TNT, I'm going to have to get it. Hello, Tony. How are you? There is a documentary about Gene Wilder. Uh-oh. Shauna said, hey, everybody, just stopped to say hi. Get out of the shower. Have to blow dry my hair. Be over by then. See you tomorrow night. You got it. Hopefully they allow it where people can send them things at Christmas. UK, I hope so. That would be great for them. Kingdom of Heaven, Wyatt. Okay. Him and Gilda Radner. If you have not seen that document, I watched 2 documentaries in the last 2 nights. I watched the one on Eddie Murphy. And I know a lot of people are like, Eddie Murphy, how is Ray Ray? Not sure. Guys, they are keeping everybody really quiet right now. Everything's really kind of on the lockdown. There's not a lot of information coming out right now. Please be careful. When you see somebody throw information up, please be careful, because right now there is not a lot of information coming out. Rusty said Eddie Murphy is good. Good enough for having... There's Miss Tony. Guys, here's the thing. I think it was one of those things where, as kids, we saw these actors and I'm always amazed at, we don't know the stories behind a lot of actors. And the good thing with Gene Wilder's documentary, that they show, it's voiced by Gene Wilder. It's him telling the story of how everything happened until it got to a point in his life, and then his wife kind of takes over. And he believed, Gene Wilder was the kind of person that believed in things happen by fate, that fate brings everybody together. He talks about the fountains in New York. If you walk to the fountains in New York and you go to the left or you go to the right, whatever direction you go in, something will happen there. Fate will come in. That was chosen by fate. Fate got you there. It was fate when you meet your husband or your wife. It's fate when you meet somebody and you get a job out of it. It's fate. Everything was really good. And them explaining to you, and his voice of how he become, and they said that Gene Wilder was the most loving and caring and respectful man that you had ever had the opportunity to meet. And it is an extremely good documentary. Excuse me. If you've never seen it, take a look at it. It's on Netflix. And then the Eddie Murphy one is on Netflix. Tony said, fate brought everything. He believed that. He believed that 100%. TNT, it tells a extremely good sense of Willy Wonka. That was a huge flop at the movie theaters. He was scared he was never going to work again. And he didn't know what he was going to do. And when he was young, he had worked with a gentleman, and a lot of people know it was Mel Brooks. And Mel Brooks had a part for him in the producers. And they said, look, this is the guy. This is the guy for you. he literally waited 3 years for Mel Brooks to call him back, and when Mel Brooks called him back, it was a done deal then. I'm talking his career kicked into things, and there were people coming to Mel Brooks going, "He's not your guy." All right, there's 67 people in the room, 67 thumbs up. Let's do it real quick. 6, 7, 6, 7, 6, 7. That's hilarious. Blazing Saddles, they covered that in the movie. There is a lot of conversation on Blazing Saddles for the simple fact of it was racially driven at the time. And it was one of those movies to where they made fun of things. They laughed at things. And it, like I said, an extremely well done documentary. TNT. Uh-oh, no, 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 no. What are we doing here, Sarah? Blazing Saddles. My brother said, "What's that smell?" That's that skunk. Uh-oh. Sarah said 68. Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey does an extremely good morning show. No, Jaden, you're fine. Steve Harvey is a good document. Okay. Paul Reubens was good. I don't think a lot of people give credit to Paul Reubens for the actor that he was. And I know that we view him as Pee Wee Herman. And I know we look at things as, he's had some things in the past before he passed away that just weren't very good. Mikey said, "Dead skunk in the middle of the road." I don't think this skunk is dead. I think this skunk is wandering around and is spraying things. Pee Wee, I'm talking, he was really good at his craft. And what was the movie Blow that he was in with Johnny Depp? The one with, was it Johnny Depp? Yeah. With cocaine and everything like that. And, did an amazing job at becoming that character. And it's hard sometimes because we take them. Our puppy went on attack mode last week. My husband came through the back door. Hey, them dogs, Miss Elmwood, them dogs will do that. TNT said, "My brother's in the bushes. He's hiding." The Fonz on Happy Days. Little Big, okay. Little Big Shots. Be in earnest. Now, I see, I'd love to see that. Uh-oh. Tony said, "I lost all interest." What happened, Tony? What'd you lose in? Pee Wee. I lost all interest. Okay. Yes, my brother. I have a couple brothers, and he just sent a text, and he's watching the feed right now, and he wanted to know what that smell was. So, what kind of doctor was Dr. Pepper? Oh, okay. Mystic, give it to me. What was he? And I think I know this one. What kind of doctor was Dr. Pepper? Time to go skunk hunting. Yes. Woo. No questions tonight. Tony, the question tonight was, what character, TV or movie, would you like to be? That was the question. Thank you. I like your hat. Thank you. I believe he was a physician. Position, fizz, like fizz, position. I think that's what it is. Batman. Rusty said, double tap that screen tonight. But no, two good documentaries there. If you have the opportunity to watch those two documentaries, Eddie Murphy kind of went, he kind of gets into the fact of, he felt like he was betrayed by Saturday Night Live when his career was heading down a little bit, and he spent a lot of years away from Saturday Night Live. I know, 71. Oh, now we're at 67 people, but we were at 71. Yo. So let's see. I'm going back through here. Sam Elliott. Yes, Sam Elliott is an extremely talented actor. Okay, Wyatt said Michael J. Fox documentary on Apple TV. TNT Rusty, if there was a TikTok, we could show love like that, but I don't know if we give more hearts because likes don't show up. Santa, I would love to say my favorite is that like Clint Eastwood. Tony, would you be Clint Eastwood? Sam Elliott. James says Dr. Pepper. 1024. Yes. And do you know why they did the 1024? I think we've talked about that before because they said that. There's Miss Jerry. How are you? Jerry said there's always a guy that laughs like Eddie Murphy. He's changed the laugh up. For years, Eddie Murphy had the TNT. Thank you. Wait, hold on. Let me put it on. I like it. He always had that he laugh. He's gotten rid of that. It is a really just a nice little laugh right now. He's not doing that anymore. Love Bug, I have to go. Everybody have a good night. You too, Love Bug. Thank you so much. I am so glad to see you in here tonight. TNT said in my eyes it was a microphone. Nope, not a microphone. It was a makeup brush. What did the grape say when it was stepped on? Nothing. Just let out a little whine. It's not bad. Tom Selleck. Eddie, I was never really a big fan. Tony, that's the thing. Good night, Gary. Have a good night. That's the thing, is that you have to really look at it. A lot of people loved him. A lot of people hated him. And I think he was one of those comedians that, he was more of a raunchy comedian to where he cussed a lot. He talked very vulgar in things. That was the thing. Thank you, Bill. He, let's see. Bill You Monday. All right. If you guys are asking again, we're putting your names. If you do the jewels, if you do the super chats, everything like that, your name goes into the drawing for you get to choose your gift tonight. We are either doing the gnome. We've got the little gnome right there. He's a little cute thing. He's about a foot tall. Or you can do the Christmas ornaments. And you get all three of those Christmas ornaments. So if you win the drawing, you get to choose. And then what I'll do is I will ask that you send your address to Santa@youtubesanta.com, and we'll go ahead and mail that out to you. And if you, whatever item you pick, we'll then take the others. All you've got to do is send us an email at that. And thank you, Malay. I was getting ready to zap that one. Oh, Tony said, don't get me wrong. No. I completely get it. It was one of those things. There we go. Look, everybody loves who they love. Everybody likes who they like. It's just one of those things. Um, you know, I tell you, growing up with Eddie Murphy, there was no cut and dry where Eddie Murphy was. Richard Pryor was the same way. Oh, Jerry, thank you. Jerry, got to ask you a question. We've got Christmas tree, we've got reindeer, we've got Santa, the little Santa hat. Which glasses do you want? Let's see which glasses Jerry wants tonight. Trees, reindeer, Santa hat. Once you do that, it's hat time. Reindeer, you got it. Where's my button? There it is. And did you see my tie? Look at that. Yeah. Too cute. Too cute. We are at 74 likes right now. I'm going to set the hat back over here. We're at 42 minutes. If we can get to 100 thumbs up, the hat will come back out. I'll show you what else we have here. We have the Santa Claus glasses. I like them. What is that? You see that right there? I think that's glue. I think that is glue. Yes. It is glue on my glasses. And then we have the Christmas trees. Elmwood, you have to be a big kid. You have to be a big kid. Where is Buddy the Elf? Easy. We don't see Buddy just yet. You know, I'm going to tell you the story of Buddy the Elf. You know, when Buddy made his way to New York, Buddy became a big star. Sergeant, can I get my gift early? Don't want to wait for Christmas. Nope. You got to wait till Christmas. Do you believe in Santa? Yes, Virginia. There is a Santa Claus. But Buddy made his way to New York. Buddy came very successful. Buddy doesn't return phone calls these days. Just saying. He's on the talk show circuit. He goes out and gives some speeches here and there. And we just don't hear from Buddy the Elf anymore. Huh. They say things will change you. Sometimes they will. Sometimes they don't. We love Buddy. Oops, we're a big kid. We do not eat them. LOL. You got it. Hello, Gene. How are you? Absolutely. He'll be back, Santa. He will be. You know how he is. He's, good. Yes. No, let me tell you that, Miss Rossi, that is something that I make my way. I leave the radio station. I come here. We do this again. I get about an hour break in the middle there. I came in tonight. I had a phone call to make. I made the phone call, talked some business real quick, and then made my way here to do this. Hello, Stormy. How are you? How about Elf Bernard? Too big for his britches. Yes. Gene, you never know. Peter says, hey, there's Santa. How are you? Yeah, no, we had big news in the state of Virginia today. We covered it on the radio. The Virginia Tech Hokies have a new football coach. It looks like James Franklin, the coach of Penn State, will now be the head coach of the Virginia Tech Hokies football team. Hello, Water. Hello, Peter. I like Randy the Elf. Yes, Randy the Elf is a very good elf. Don't let anybody tell you differently. He's a good elf. I like him. But how has everybody tonight? How has everybody been? It's been a fast night. Yes, we need 25 more. Tony said a little tired, but I had to come in. I understand it completely. One of the gentlemen I work with tonight, he was sitting there talking to me, and he goes, I tell you what, can you wear the reindeer glasses thingy? He said, man, I'm just tired. And I said, no, I get it. I said, I get it completely. Hang on. Let's see if we can do that. I said, I get it completely. There's Miss Mary. Tony Thinks stopped in and said hello. Elmwood said, I am recovering slowly. I can breathe through my nose. Yay. Depressed over a lot of. Oh, come on now. It is just, you got to move forward. You got to keep moving forward. Jerry said, Bernie Kosar, ex-football player, had a liver transplant this morning. He needs tons of prayers. Yes. I saw that. He put a text up. Can you color your nose red, Santa? No, but I can go and get one of the toy noses. Wyatt, she always will make the hot chocolate and the cookies. Yes, always. But no, but no, those were the two documentaries I got to see, over the last 2 nights. Serenity Waldo says, I've been waiting. Mary said, are you giving away your tie? I might. You just never know. Praying for Malaya's mom always. Hello, CS. Hello, Sprague. Guys, I'll be honest with you. Malaya's mom, I need the reindeer glasses off to talk real quick. I have never met Malaya's mom. Um, she popped into this room one night, and she has become a rock in this room. She has become a staple in this room. Love Bug, Peter, they have become people that I rely on a lot, and I care for them deeply, and I love them very much. And they are the ones that keep this room running. I need you guys to understand that and give them all the love and support they need. And you know, as much as people say, well, man, he's nice. He comes into the room. He does this. He does that. It is just as hard on them to take the time out of their schedule every single night to do this as well. And same with the people that come into the room. You have a choice. There are people in this room that if you don't want to be in this room, you don't have to be in this room. You have the right to make a choice in this world. But for those that are in this room, we love you, we support you, we want you in this room. And Malaya's mom, and hello, Miss Cheryl. Malaya's mom is truly a blessing. And I want to say that publicly. I want to thank her, and I want to thank Peter, and I want to thank Lovebug for the support and the love that Guys, like I said, they don't have to come into this room every night that we do this. And they do. 8 p.m., they come right into this room and they do what they're supposed to do, and they do an extremely good job. And, I love each and every one of them for what they do. Yes, so y'all give them a lot of hearts tonight and a lot of love. Are you getting any help this year, Santa? 10 minutes and Santa can go eat. Yes. Uh, just depends on if the little ones, the littlies get into everything. Jesus said these live streams, guys, here's the thing, Malaya's mom, you are so welcome. Here's the thing. These live streams are designed to stop your day for a little bit. They're designed for us to get in here and talk and laugh and joke and tell stories and do things like that. And, like I said, I try to do little giveaways to where we can, spice things up a little bit and, just show you how much I appreciate you. And, we just try to have fun. And Ian, we try our best to, Ian Ramirez. Yeah, we try our best to have fun. And, it was, Serenity, how are you? It was funny today. Lucian, the little one, he went to his school. He's in preschool. His preschool went today, and they sang at the nursing home right down the road here, and they made cards and they gave them out to each resident in the nursing home. And it's funny because you have some of the residents that you're like, boy, they just don't want to be around these kids. But then there are some that are so grateful and just they love doing that. But it was fun today to watch the little ones do that. Should we hoard pennies? I don't know if you should hoard them. I think after a while, I'm surprised they haven't had like a buyback program. I'm surprised that somebody hasn't sat there and said, "Look, we're getting ready to, every penny you bring us, we'll give you 2 cents or something like that to get." Miguel said, "Ban me." Why would I ban you, Miguel? Are you getting ready to do something? And Wyatt said, prayers tonight, have an MRI Friday. You got it, Wyatt. Miguel, you behave yourself. Apple is designing a new automatic car, but they're having trouble installing Windows. Really? Yes, Frank said, pennies aren't worth anything. Right. Yeah, they're going to stop making them. It literally costs the federal government 3 cents to make a penny. I think it's 12 cents to make the nickel. So it's costing a lot of money to make something that you're not getting the value out of it. The last ones that were struck, I think they said the last 12 or something, they will go on auction. And I think they said that, what is it, about 300,000 a piece. Well, thank you, Serenity. I appreciate that. Susie Q, we do that. We used to do that a lot. A lot of people don't remember doing that as kids, but and what she was talking about was taking the pennies and laying them on a railroad track and letting the train run over them, and then you get that flat penny. A lot of people will say that they're extremely lucky. They're extremely good luck. Now, old pennies are worth some money. If you get into the wheat pennies and the steelhead pennies and things like that, you do have some money there. It's just a matter of finding the right ones. Serenity said, I'll be back. Collect wheat pennies. I have over 2,000, including 300 steel pennies. A lot of people don't even know, Sprague, what a steel penny is. I don't think a lot of people have ever seen a steel penny. Good night, Barbara. Have a good night. Sarah says, I have 2. Okay. Tony said, my older brother Richard used to collect wheat. Yes. Wheat pennies are something that, you look down in your change and you're like, oh, there's a wheat penny. A wartime penny, yes. But you would look down in and you're like, man, there's, I got me a little wheat penny there. You do that with Canadian coins these days. Linda, these new cars are not as good as the older models. At least the guys could work on them. Miss Linda, my niece has a car. Her battery had died one day. I opened the hood to try to find the battery. The battery is not in the front of the vehicle. When did we stop putting the battery in front of vehicles? Literally, the battery is in front of the back passenger seat on the right side of the car. I'm like, what happened here? When did this start happening? Looks like we won't get the hat. Yeah, well, trust me. I think we'll get the hat. In the trunk, yes. Serenity said, but I'm also sick. Hey, we'll say some prayers for you, Serenity. You know it. All right, 57, guys. Let's get the bucket. We got quite a few names in here tonight. It was not a hybrid car. No, it was a Traverse. Yep, it was a Traverse. Okay. I've got a name. I'm going to set the bucket right here. And the name is... It looks like Blue Monday 686. Blue Monday 686. Are you in the room with us? Let me see. That is a name that has been new to the chat. Are they in the room with us? I'm going back. I'm looking. Blue Monday 686. Let me see. There's Terry. Blue Monday. If you... Yep, let's see if I can... It is, guys, it is BILUMUM, Bill Umundi 686. Hopefully they'll come back and watch. Hopefully they're in the room. If you can tell me which one you want, we will do that. Hello, Allison. O'Block, Carson. Okay. Yep. But that's the winner tonight. So hopefully they'll send me an email. Tell me which one you want. You either want the ornaments or the gnome. You got to tell me which one you want, guys. If you want one of them, if I don't hear back from them, I'll give them 24 hours. If I don't hear from them within 24 hours, we'll pick another name. I'll leave these names in the bucket and we'll pick another name. We'll do that. All right, guys, it is 59. We've got 88 people in the room. Real quick. Santa, is that the naughty list you drew from? No, that was the good list. Yeah, Phyllis said, come on down. Miss Sarah said trees. You got it. I like it. All right, guys, I'm going to hop off here tonight, get some dinner. But Blue Monday, I think that's how you say it, Blue Monday. Send me the email, santa@youtubesanta.com. Let me know which one you want. You want the gnome or you want the ornaments? If I don't hear from you within 24 hours, we'll go to another drawing. All right, guys, go do something good for somebody tomorrow. You guys have a blessed night. I love you. God love you. Pray for the Whitakers. Up. Can you put this? Thank you, TNT. Hang on. Santa, can you put this for Jaden tomorrow? Yes, we can do that. I will lay that to the side. Thank you, TNT. I appreciate that. Yep, we can do that. I'm glad I caught you. Please tell this kid here to clean his room and stop making a mess. Why would you make a mess? Just all you got to do is clean your room. That's all you got to do. We ask one thing from you, and that's to keep your room clean. If not, then you know what happens. I got to take the book out. And if I find your name in the book, it's not good. Not good. But we're not going to do that. We're going to clean that room and we're going to have a blessed night. All right, guys. Y'all have a great evening. I will talk with you soon. Good night. Bye now.